sensation Adele continues to take over the music world. Hey guys, I'm Katie Cook.
And I'm Matt Dowell. Thanks for being with us tonight for the first ever episode of Entertainment Weekly. Grammy Award frontrunner Adele is getting close to becoming an even bigger part of music history. Adele's sophomore album 21 has just been its 18th non-consecutive week at number 1. This makes Adele only the second artist in history to have an album at number 1 for this long. The other artist? Whitney Houston, whose album The Bodyguard spent a total of 20 weeks at number 1. If Adele fans can keep the album at number 1 for 3 more weeks, she will have the record at 21 weeks. 21 is turning out to be Adele's lucky number.
Well, apparently no one is safe from Khloe Kardashian's feisty personality, even frequent nightclubbing transgenders. Yes, you heard that right. The socialite is being sued by a transgender woman by the name of Chantel Spears, formerly known as Ronald Spears, for assaulting her outside a nightclub on the Sunset Strip back in 2009. Spears claims that the Kardashian sister put her in great fear of her life and well-being, while Khloe says she was only acting in self-defense. Whatever the case, Chantel is seeking general and punitive damages, along with medical expenses for injuries that Khloe's camp says are non-existent. Wonder if Khloe could charge Ronald Spears for hitting a woman. Now let's go to Georgia Cassidy to hear about this year's Chinese New Year party. Georgia?
Georgia Cassidy here at the Chinese New Year celebration in Benson Room 401. People of all ages, both Wake students and locals, came out Saturday to celebrate the New Year of the Water Dragon. The party, put on by the Asian Student Interest Association here at Wake, included performances by musicians, singers, and even some dancing dragons. I especially loved the runway show displaying all the hottest Chinese food. From the looks of that party, the Year of the Water Dragon will be a great one. For Wake TV, I'm Georgia Cassidy.
You know, I think it's really cool that we have a party for the Chinese New Year. You know, that's a really diverse thing that a lot of campuses don't have.
It's amazing how Wake just brings in all different cultural traditions and just expresses them. It's fun.
Thanks, Georgia. Music legend Paul McCartney has finally received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He joined his fellow Beatles members Ringo Starr, George Harrison, and John Lennon on the world's most famous sidewalk. It's hard to believe that McCartney has not received a star until now, but at the end of the day, it is an honor that he has definitely deserved. Guests in attendance at the ceremony were fellow legendary singers Eric Clapton and Stevie Wonder.
David Beckham takes the soccer mom stereotype to a whole new level of crazy. Okay, not really. But the soccer stud did admit on the Jonathan Ross show that he was kicked out of his son Romeo's game in London after getting into it with a ref. Beckham claims that the referee was taking the game a little too seriously when he threw out one of the 7-year-old players for a penalty. When the H&M hottie complained that the guy had no right to do that to a little kid, the ref whipped him out of the game. Whether the referee was simply fulfilling his lifelong dream of carding a soccer legend or just exuding his authority, one thing is absolutely certain. David Beckham is one sexy daddy.
Now let's check in with Fahim Goulamali for this week's viral video of the week. Each week, Fahim will give us an update on YouTube's hottest, funniest, and often most embarrassing videos. What do you have for us this week, Fahim?
Thanks, Matt. On YouTube, we see many successful singers aspiring to get noticed. That's really respectable. But what I don't understand is when people decide to put videos of themselves yelling at themselves in the middle of singing. Today, we will see a video of a girl in her early teens screaming every single time she can't hit the right note, which seems to happen every other word. Let's take a look.
Oh my god. I'm sorry, let me do it again.
Imagine hearing that on the radio on your way to work every morning. Most people sit on the toilet and read, play with their phones, or do anything that doesn't involve a commotion because obviously you're already causing a commotion with other things. Well, there's always an exception. The next video involves a woman who expresses her excitement about sitting on the toilet and flushing. Let's take a look.
Sitting on the toilet. 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 Now flush.
It's always awkward when someone gets hurt in the weirdest way possible and you bust out laughing even though it obviously hurt. It's even more awkward when it happens to someone wearing a clown mask. If you're afraid of clowns, watch this video. I guarantee you that you'll lose it. The last viral video of the week involves a woman expressing her pride in being a single lady by dancing to the famous song Single Ladies by Beyonce while wearing a clown mask. Let's take a look.
Same box. Crunchy kibbles and moist, meaty chunks, irresistible on their own. Water for thick, tasty gravy. The menu just doubled. Baker's gravy box, 2 in 1. Don't get the gravy train.
Good to know that people care about your TV so much. Back to you, Matt and Katie.
Thanks, Fahim. Now let's check in with reporter Megan Fairchild. What's going on this week, Megan?
Hello, I'm Megan Fairchild with Wake TV. As most of you probably know, Wake Forest recently celebrated its 178th birthday. And what's a birthday without that special song? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, dear Wake Forest. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wake Forest.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wake Forest.
Happy birthday, Wake Forest, and may you have many more. I'm Megan Fairchild with Wake TV. Have a good night.
Can you believe it? 178 years?
I know, and it's still one of the most prestigious universities around. What?
Well, it looks like Willow Smith won't be whipping her hair back and forth for a while, considering she doesn't have any. The 11-year-old pop star showed off her lack of locks via Twitter, sparking controversy concerning her bold new look and now undeniable resemblance to famous father Will Smith. The young singer has yet to give an explanation as to the shaved head, but rumors are swirling that Smith is hoping to distance herself from her Billboard-topping hit Whip My Hair and show off her recently acquired maturity. Guess the singer will have to come up with a new catchphrase. Or buy a wig.
All right, everyone, time to get serious. 2 weeks after being rushed to a hospital in Los Angeles, Demi Moore has officially checked into rehab for reported eating disorder and addiction issues. The A-list actress has had recent troubles with this incident soon after getting a divorce from Ashton Kutcher. There has been no word as to the condition of Demi Moore after checking into rehab, but one can only hope that she makes a full and speedy recovery from these traumatizing events.
Whether it was the riveting game, side-splitting commercials, or my personal favorite, the deliciously greasy food, millions of Americans tuned into the Super Bowl this past weekend to watch the events of the evening unfold. Kelly Clarkson started things off with her booming performance of the Star-Spangled Banner. Unlike some of the Super Bowl's past performers, cough cough, Christina Aguilera, she stayed on pitch and got all the words right and in the right order. The Madonna's halftime show was pretty lackluster with all the flashy gladiators lip syncing and whatnot. MIA's middle finger salute to the crowd has stirred up quite a frenzy. Only performances by LMFAO, Nicki Minaj, and CeeLo Green kept the show from being completely overhyped. The bright side of such an epic fail, no one could do worse than the Black Eyed Peas.
I'm offended by that comment, Katie Cook, because I happen to be a huge fan of the Black Eyed Peas.
Ouch.
Now let's check in with Stephen Morris to hear about Wake's very own Super Bowl party. Stephen?
What's the only thing better than the Super Bowl? Commercials and Super Bowl parties. That's why we're here outside of Benson 401, where Student Union is putting on a free Super Bowl party for students. Students get to enjoy food and friends. Let's take a look inside.
While I was there, I asked some students about their favorite Super Bowl party traditions and foods.
My favorite Super Bowl food is definitely wings.
My favorite Super Bowl tradition is probably where you pick the squares so that you can win money, betting against your family. You have to guess the score of the game because I tend to get crazy lucky and win money, which is awesome.
My favorite Super Bowl food is nachos.
My favorite Super Bowl food is chips and guacamole, and I think that the Patriots are going to win.
I have to say my favorite part of the Super Bowl is just getting together every year with your family and friends and watching it together and eating all the food and stuff. So it's more about the atmosphere that I like about the Super Bowl, not necessarily who's in it or whatever. It's just a fun time.
Wow, I think with this crowd we'd really be inside the Super Bowl. You can really feel the excitement. So good luck to your prospective teams. Be sure to pig out tonight. From Wake TV, this is Stephen Morris.
Did you get a chance to go to the party this week, Katie?
Actually, no. I celebrated with a couple of my friends with lots and lots of food at Shorty's.
Yeah? Well, I heard the Wake party was great, so I guess I'll have to go next year. Jersey Shore is still dominating the ratings after 5 seasons on the air. The Guidos and Guidettes of the Jersey Shore are back in Seaside Heights and are still standing strong. The first 5 episodes of the season are averaging over 6 million viewers a week, not including DVR and online viewing. And don't worry, the drama is still very much at the front with the cast. Snooki and The Situation are still arguing over their hookup that may or may not have happened, and Vinny decided to ditch the house altogether before the cast persuaded him to come back. The season is still heating up, so make sure to tune in on Thursdays at 10 p.m. on MTV. Well, that's it for this week. Be sure to tune in next week when we reveal some new gossip during our Rumor Has It segment. For Entertainment Weekly, I'm Matt Dowell.
And I'm Katie Cook. Thanks for tuning in.